What makes the AA a unique school? Well, a number of factors, I think. One, that it's the only independent school of architecture, certainly in the UK. It's the first school of architecture, founded in 1847. It is a monodiscipline school, so it's not like any other school of architecture that's part of a big university. We are just about architecture, and we inhabit 9 Georgian houses and 2 more modern buildings at the back, and a 350-acre wood in Dorset.
I chose the AA because I thought it was a school that works freer than others. It's basically a place where you can do whatever you like to do, and then you find exciting people on the way to kind of help you with whatever you have in mind, rather than putting you in a fixed kind of schedule. You have kind of more freedom to choose which path you would like to engage on.
But I would say possibly its location, the kinds of places, kinds of rooms that we inhabit, ridiculous little Georgian bedrooms and like this as studios, and we have a bar, and we have a lecture hall, which is more like a dining room. So there's nothing characteristically like a school about the spaces that we occupy.
And now the school is kind of weirdly fit into it. So you find yourself kind of walking up and down staircases, and it's doors appearing and rooms kind of swapping around. It's a funny situation, and oftentimes it's in your way if you're trying to carry on big models. But it kind of makes something of the character of the school. So there's a metal workshop, there's a digital processing workshop, so there's laser cutters, 3D printing, there's robots now, and they're extending that part at the moment. Then there's evening lectures which are open to the public, and amazing if you find the time to go.
The term has been coined, and I'm never quite sure by who, but our tutors are professionals, not professors. So all of the our tutors, in one way or another, are working, have their own professional lives. That makes them then, I would say, eminently competitive in certainly the external field of the industry and subject matter. So that's one way of sort of staying at the forefront or perhaps nurturing forefront, which is the other thing that I think the AA tries to or sees itself as doing or nurturing, which is very individual forms of practice. And inventing forms of practice, rather than training young architects to fill practices.
It's kind of on an intimate level, and you more or less know everyone. Also because you're taught always with the year above you, so 4th and 5th year, for example, are taught together. So which makes you know more people in kind of the years around you. So it's probably not the place for somebody who is just coming out of high school and is not really sure what to do. You know, I mean, it's a place where you come, I think, if you absolutely know what your interests are in and what you're trying to get out of this. And then it's amazing, but you kind of need to bring this motivation to the table, I would say.
We have about 45 different visiting schools around the world. So that then makes the importance of London, or the relevance of London, I suppose, more relevant, because it means very much that this is the home.
As an architecture student in London, you don't feel that you're in London, basically. So yeah, how's it in London? The handy thing is probably that everything is close by. So if you need something, if it's fabric or material, it's always around the corner. Then again, I mean, being a student here is a full-time job, so you don't experience so much of the city, unfortunately.
And I suppose strategically, London is it's a good a city as any to be in. It's about as international and as global as you can get. So, given the cohorts of students that we have, 70+% from around the world, it feels international. It doesn't feel peculiarly London. The buildings do, but the environment doesn't. It feels eminently international. So, I suppose that's quite reflective of London.
It's people from everywhere, but it's also people from all different ages. So in the same year, in the first year, you might have somebody in his or her 30s and another person who just turned 18, and from different backgrounds. So a lot of people come here who have studied before, maybe completely different topics, and that it makes an interesting mix, I'd say, yeah.